Okay, second difference quotient. I'm doing a reciprocal one. F of x is 1 over 2x plus 1. So my first step is going to be find f of x plus h. That's 1 over 2 times x plus h plus 1. Let's make this fraction bar a bit bigger. Simplify that 1 over 2x plus 2h plus 1. Kind of a mouthful. Now, my difference quotient, f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. So f of x plus h is this horrible fraction, 1 over 2x plus 2h plus 1. I'm going to put that in parentheses because really a fraction bar is like a grouping symbol. Minus f of x. F of x is 1 over parentheses 2x plus 1. I'm going to divide it by h. Oh dear, I've got one of those ugly complex fractions with fractions over fractions. So I multiply top and bottom by the lowest common denominator. And the lowest common denominator is 2x plus 2h plus 1 times 2x plus 1. So that's what I'm going to multiply the top by, and I'm going to multiply the bottom by the same amount. So it takes a while for me to write. Some of you might prefer that I write it, that I'm multiplying over that horrible denominator over 1 times the horrible denominator over 1. Okay, I'm going to put this numerator in parentheses because it's 2 terms multiplied by this common denominator. Okay, look what happens. When you multiply this times this, you get 2x plus 2h plus 1 times 2x plus 1 over 2x plus 2h plus 1. So that's 2x plus 2h plus 1 times 2x plus 1 over 2x plus 2h plus 1 minus, okay, second multiplication, 2x plus 2h plus 1 times 2x plus 1, and on the bottom, 2x plus 1 times 1, so that's just 2x plus 1. Okay, over, and on the bottom, it's just h times this, so h times 2x plus 2h plus 1 times 2x plus 1. Promise this is the worst it's going to get. Now let's look at the pieces. Okay, I've got this fraction, and on the top is 1 term, the bottom is 1 term, and there's a common factor, so all that's left there is 2x plus 1. Then I have a minus, second fraction, top is 1 term, something times something, bottom is 1 term, and they share a factor, so I have to subtract 2x plus 2h plus 1. Be sure to write parentheses because otherwise you'll forget to distribute the negative. Over the whole thing, h times 2x plus 2h plus 1 over 2x plus 1. All right, now let's get rid of the parentheses on the top. 2x plus 1 minus 2x minus 2h minus 1 over h times 2x plus 2h plus 1 times 2x plus 1, starting to look better. 2x minus 2x is nothing. 1 minus 1 is negative 2h. And now on the top I've only got 1 term, and the bottom I've got 1 term, and the h is common, so what I have is negative 2, this negative 2, because when we divide out the h we get 1, so over 2x 2h plus 1 times 2x plus 1. And you're finished.